Why should one opt for Ayurveda over modern medicine? It is generally believed that Ayurvedic medicines are made out of natural compounds. Is that true? What about certification? Is there insurance coverage available, specifically with Ayurveda? Where do you see Vaidhyamana in the next 5 years? Namaskaram and welcome back to Tour with Shailesh. Today I am commencing a new series, a series on the world of Ayurveda. Health and medicine has been constantly evolving as the human race has evolved. Is there a ground to claim supremacy, be it culture, race or religion? No. Likewise, in medicine, there is no ground to prove or say that an X medicine is more superior to others. Ayurveda is a proven system of medicine which has been under resurrection for the past decade. My effort in this video is to unravel the goodness of Ayurveda and to get you answers to some questions which are not easy to find. These key questions and answers will definitely assist you in making up your mind. Joining me in this conversation today is Dr. Samson.c.Varghese of Vaidhyamana. Thank you for joining us today, Doctor. The idea is to showcase the world of Ayurveda, and you are the first guest on this conversation, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Why should one opt for Ayurveda over modern medicine?
Irrespective of system of medicines, modern medicine, Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, if the system of medicine is giving you the result, then you have to opt it.
What is the secret for staying healthy?
It's a big question to be answered. As everyone knows that the definition of health itself is a complete physical and mental well-being. So, to make yourself healthy, you should be physically fit, you should be mentally fit. To achieve this, you should have a proper physical activity, you should have a proper mental activity, which should be always very calm, de-stress. All these things, it should be there. Then only we can actually say that you are healthy. So while addressing health issues, we have to actually think about children, because that's actually a major challenging area in health. While considering the lockdowns, the COVID issues and all, the brain activity is more than the physical activity. While coming to the growth of a child itself, milestones are actually there. Motor milestones are actually there. Higher mental milestones are actually there. So in that aspect also, there are many functional issues nowadays it's being building up. All these kids who are actually having some sort of functional behavior, they will be quite calm if they are given some gadgets, say for mobile or TV. So that is why, that's actually giving a big clue that the brain activity, which is quite higher, is the main reason for all these behavioral disorders to creep up in an young age. Physical activity always make you relaxed. Mental activity always make you exhausted. So in kids, especially in kids, these mental activities actually making them more exhausted rather than their physical activity. So all parents should be looking into this aspect in a deeper manner and try to be within the kids' limit, even the exposure of telecommunication, social media and all.
Why do you see a sudden surge in Ayurveda today?
Look, the main thing is, if conventional system of medicine, which we normally opt, are not giving the result which you are looking for, or because of adverse effects or side effects, or a long-term medication, all these are actually factors which will opt the patients to actually choose some other system of medicine. And again, coming to Ayurveda, it's an age-old proved medicine. It's being there in the Indian subcontinent for more than 3,000 to 5,000 years. And still also we are actually following the literatures which are almost age-old.
How do you diagnose in Ayurveda?
In Ayurveda, there is actually a specific methodology is there, just like modern system of medicines. The primary diagnosis by pratyaksham Anumanam, Aptobadesham. These are Sanskrit terminologies. Then Ashtasthana Parisha is there. Dashavida Parisha is there. It's a type of actually investigation procedures which normally we will be asking certain questions and the patient need to actually answer that question. Just like signs and symptoms in modern medicine, these are actually the main methods which we are using according to Ayurvedic principles. Along with that one, we are using all the modern all the modern investigations, just like CT, MRA, blood investigations. What all things are actually available for the better diagnosis, we are opting all.
It is generally believed that the patient has to meet the doctor in person to arrive at an Ayurvedic diagnosis. Is it true, or remote diagnosis is also possible?
COVID has actually opened up a big era of online consultation, and it's going on in a good manner. But in person, I do feel that we need to have the patient in front. That is always a better option.
So what is the methodology of treatment that you follow, and what is the process involved?
Normally, Ayurvedic concepts are actually, Toshic concepts are there, Prakriti concepts are there. All these are actually hypotheses which are being formulated from an empirical formula. They need to actually put a hypothesis so that it can be randomly done by all people who are actually practicing. So they derived those hypotheses on the basis of Vada, Pitta, Kapha, just like Doshik concept. Then Prakriti concept was actually there. Dhatu concept is there. All these concepts are actually derived from the above mentioned methodology. As a doctor in this present era, I am also using the same methodology.
It is generally believed that Ayurvedic medicines are made out of natural compounds. Is that true?
Yes, Ayurvedic medications and Ayurvedic formulations are derived from herbal and mineral combinations. Herbal alone combinations are there, mineral alone combinations are there, and a combination of herbo-mineral formulations are actually there.
What about certifications? When it comes to Ayurveda, are there certifications in place? In the modern medicine hospitals, we know you have NABH, you have JCI in place. Is similar certifications available for Ayurveda as well?
Yeah, definitely. NABH accreditations are actually there in Ayurveda. Along with that one, you need to have the government license needs to be there, registration needs to be there. So it's all there.
One crucial and important question that most of the people ask when they are coming in for treatment is there insurance coverage available? Specifically with Ayurveda, that was a challenge until some years ago, but now that is opening up. Could you give us a status update on this?
Normally nowadays almost all the insurance companies are actually favoring the treatments. Almost all all treatments are actually covered up, and here at our hospital almost all the cases are getting reimbursed. So it's actually a welcoming part from the insurance companies, so that each and every person can have the option of Ayurvedic treatment under the coverage of insurance.
So doctor, what are the different types of treatments available in Ayurveda?
While coming into the Ayurvedic treatments, Ayurvedic system of medicine comprises of mainly internal medications there, external therapies are there, and Panchakarma therapies. Panchakarma therapies are actually fivefold purificatory procedures. Purificatory in the aspect, it's called Shodhana therapies in Ayurvedic terminology, in Sanskrit terminology. It's just an interpretation of Shodhana to purification. It's called Nasyam is there, Vamanam, Virejanam, Vasti, two types are there, and Raktamoksham. While coming into therapies, how it's being administered, it's determined by the patient's present condition. These all combinations of internal medicines, external therapies and Panchakarma therapies are done in almost all ailments. But the major factor is the symptoms, the signs and the patient's present condition. These are the major factors which are determining which treatments you need to opt. Ayurveda do have Ashtangas. These are actually 8 specific departments, which starting from ENTs, ophthalmology, general medicine, orthopedics, surgery, geriatrics. These all areas are actually covering up the major part of ailments.
What attracted you to Ayurveda as a profession?
We do have a tradition, age-old tradition. is from my father's mother's side. They are actually well-known healers mainly in pediatric conditions, Pullor Madam. Almost 300, 400 years of ancestry is there in the field of medicine. That will always contribute to your attributes of becoming an Ayurvedic doctor.
Got
That's
it.
always there.
So it's in the blood.
Yeah, it can be said like that.
What's your specialty?
We at Vaidhyamana mainly specialize in brain and spine disorders. In brain disorders, mainly neurodegenerative conditions, functional issues, and in spinal conditions, mainly degenerative spine disorders, starting from disc bulges, disc prolapses, spondylosis, spondylolisthesis. Along with that one, pediatric neurology is there, where we are addressing the epilepsy cases for pediatric conditions like ADHD, autism spectrum, some mild mental retardation issues. All these are actually covered up at Vaidhyamana. Our new projects are mainly into pediatric dermatology along with parasurgical procedures of Shara Sutra in piles and fistula. Then the biggest project is a department of physical medicine where the expertise of modern medicine will be there and the expertise of Ayurveda will be there, which will cover up all the issues which are related with the mobility of a particular individual. So that is our dream project, and hopefully it will start off from the next year itself. And that will address almost all the mobility issues and people who are looking for a combination of both system of medicine with physiotherapy. That will be the unique product which you can opt for.
Fantastic. I think that's a beautiful option that masses can get, a combination, a marriage between Ayurveda and modern medicine. Modern Ayurveda joining hands with modern medicine. I think that would be the best way forward. Doctor, any exceptional cases that you would like to highlight?
There are many cases, but one case is really relevant. This was a case of Parkinsonism. The patient was an Andhra guy, was working in Mumbai. He was working in one of biggest firm as a CEO level post. He developed this mobility issue, continuous falls, repetitive falls, and body becomes rigid. And he consulted many doctors, and it was diagnosed like a typical Parkinsonism. And almost all famous neurologists in Mumbai said that the patient will be bedridden within some certain time period, within 6 months to 1 year, and he won't be able to continue with his job. He came to me, it was a reference from one of my friends. He came to me, and during he was on wheelchair. Within a period of 30 days with Ayurvedic medicines, external therapies and Panchakarma therapies, he started walking, and within a period of 3 months, he was quite good and he went back to his job. Still he is working in the same firm, in the same post.
Doctor, where do your clients come from?
Major part of the patients are within India, mainly from South India, and almost all states are having their own portion. And since we are into brain and spine disorders, within 10 to 15% of international patients are also there.
Fantastic. And where do you see Vaidhyamana in the next 5 years?
The physical medicine concept which I said earlier, where the combination of Ayurvedic system of medicine and modern medicine, that's the main area which we are into. Along with that one, nowadays almost all the neurological patients who are actually coming to us mainly have a history of at least 6 months, more than 1 year, 2 years and all. So we are into a project where the patient can be treated within a period of 1 month, within a period of 3 months in the acute and subacute phase, so that the recovery rate will be high, the mobility aspects will be also high. So these all comes under that physical medicine. Hopefully we will be opening up many branches with this concept all around India.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Doctor, for sparing your valuable time and being a part of this conversation. I'm sure the viewers would have found your answers to the questions on insurance very interesting, because that's one gray area which most of the people have been seeking answers to. And of course, your wealth of information that you shared on Ayurveda especially. Ayurveda has gained its popularity through its results and effectiveness. And more people are coming to explore the Ayurvedic way of treatment. It's only a matter of time before Ayurveda becomes a prominent medicine to be reckoned with. And it's only a matter of time before Kerala and India gets into the limelight for the goodness it has brought out with Ayurveda. I'm sure you enjoy the first of the conversations today, and there is many more to follow in this series. So stick around, subscribe by hitting the notification button, like, comment and share. Until we meet next time, this is Shailesh signing off. Bye-bye.